Watch this, Bobby. You brought up a very good... A lot of people hate New York. And there's a lot of reasons to hate New York. One of the reasons why people hate New York is because, of course, Donald Trump is from New York.
Oh,
and Donald Trump got to power using social media. And you know who else uses social media?
There we go.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. Someone get a mic to drop it. Just
wow. Wow.
Yeah. Just very quickly, because we don't have a lot of time for this topic, but recently J.K. Rowling tweeted that she bought a T-shirt from this website that has a lot of anti-trans messages on the T-shirts. I think she bought a T-shirt that says "This witch won't burn," which is, you know, kind of obscure, but I kind of think I know what she means by that. But some of the other T-shirts that are on that website are T-shirts that say "fuck your pronouns," you know, I don't give a shit about your pronouns, something like that. And granted, like Megan, you brought up a really good point, because not every trans person like is against J.K. Rowling. You brought up a really good video of a trans person who read the book. Like, she wrote this book. I can't remember what it was called. Something about
something blood.
Yeah.
True Blood. Something like that.
Cormorant Tiggerdan as the hero. I know I'm being dismissive of it, not because of this trans blood. Thing. What was that?
Homophobic blood.
Homophobic blood.
That was the name. No.
I'm kind of making fun of it because, you know, it's not like her big hit was Harry Potter. Like, now this is just some little fingers. It's like, whatever. I'll just write this because I'm bored. That's why I'm making fun of it. But it's fair enough to say, like, I haven't read the book. People who have read the book will read it and say, well, there's one line in it about a guy who dresses up as a woman to kill somebody, but there's nothing inherently anti-transgender about that thing in the book, which I think is a fair, valid point to make. Megan?
I think it's fair too. From the video I watched, she's a YouTuber by the name of Blair White, and she, like Andrew mentioned, she read the book, and she had said that there was this one line mentioning that he dressed in a woman's outfit to lure a woman in, and she brought up an interesting point at the end that I kind of want to discuss with you all, where she said, to believe that this book is transphobic is to equate me to a man in a dress. Otherwise, it has nothing to do with transgender people. So I guess it begs the question, are we being, as allies, like, are we being transphobic by coming so hard on this book? Or are we righteous in doing so? This is something that's up for debate, right? Like,
I think she's making a disingenuous argument. I mean, I think that J.K. Rowling is clearly, you know, like stoking the flames, fanning the flames of you know, sort of heteronormative fear, right? It's in a way, it's the exact same thing that Trump is doing, right? He's kind of like pandering to his base by casting Black people in the xenophobic, be afraid of them light. And I think JK is doing the same thing. She's basically pandering to straight people by being like, oh my God, these trans people, you don't want them in the bathroom with you. Buy my book, buy my book, buy my book.
Exactly. Right. It's that when I heard about the fact that this book had a character or mentioned a character in this light, I was like, oh shit, was this thing just you shilling? Which horrified me, I think, almost even more, that she would politicize something this, which I don't believe that she politicized it. I think that she made a statement. When somebody called her on the statement, she didn't back down, because part of seems to be transphobic, regardless of the fact that she's, the champion for the underdog and like all of these things. But how many, so as I was reading her rebuttal to it and thinking, okay, so she says, can we as women be, hold on to our femininity, our womanhood? I'm like, okay, well, I'm a woman. I like to be a woman. I feel that being a woman defines me. But is that any different from how a trans woman feels that she is defined? And do we have to then fight about the difference? Do we have to, well, I'm menstruate, so I'm a real woman, Okay, well, I'm in menopause, I don't menstruate.
That,
right?
Yeah.
you know what? Like, thank you so much, Heather. I so wanted to.
That's
I'm so glad
smart.
you're both on the program, because I know, like, next week, because actually invited a trans man to be on the program to talk about this issue. But until then, I would love to hear your perspective as being cis women. Do you feel threatened by trans women? Do you feel that they are threatening your identity or your sense of womanhood?
No, not at
feminist?
all. I feel that, you know, them being who they are is a great thing. Like, it's like, for me, I'm going, welcome. You know, I view them as just as much of a woman as I am. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter whether you were born a woman or not. To me, we are the same. You know, we're women.
I think that the only, I feel for trans women who recognize that after they transition, that they end up having the issues that all women have.
Yeah.
Marginalized,
Okay.
assaulted, like all of those things. And I'm like, boy, you signed on for this. Good on you.
Well, it's
not
even
just a
worse.
walk in the park, you know? Yes, for sure. Oh, definitely. Definitely. It is so
Right.
much worse for trans women, trans men.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very generous of both of you to say, because
Yeah.
Yeah, it totally is.
the feminists that agree with J.K. Rowling feel the opposite. And as a matter of fact,
Really?
what they feel is that trans women, first off, they misgender trans women all the time. So what they like to say, and I apologize, I'm simply repeating what they say. Don't, you know, I'm the messenger, don't shoot me.
Down clip coming.
I know exactly. So going to get
Looks like
canceled.
we need a new host.
I know exactly. This little clip of what I'm about to
Canceled.
say is going to get
Here, internet.
broadcast. Exactly. Next thing you know, Andrew. I can't
Interrupt
believe you-
yourself when you're saying it, Andrew. Just
Exactly. Good idea. Good idea.
Do a Trump voice, you'll be fine.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I should. Yeah. Okay. So people, I'm a feminist, but so like what British feminists feel is that they feel like when trans women could use their transness to invade women's spaces and threaten them and assault them.
which is ridiculous.
No,
Oh my
totally
God, it's the
ridiculous.
most ridiculous. So first of all, if you're a dude who's gonna dress up as a woman to assault women, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind to do.
Yes, 100%.
Secondly, if you are a guy who is so anti-woman, I don't think you're going to do that, because you're so threatened by femininity that you're not going to dress up as a woman so that you can do this. Like this trope of, you know, it's like friggin' the trans person murderer, which is again why this particular book, because of the one line, is making people crazy. But the fact that this trope has been a trope because it's people who don't know anything about a group.
Right.
It's like when you see friggin' any terrorist in the world now. Any terrorist in the world is going to be Middle Eastern.
Mm.
Can I?
And trans women are way more at risk for assaults than they are likely to assault, right? Because let's say you force trans women to go in the men's bathroom. They might be assaulted by the men in that bathroom, right? And why I say it's more dangerous for trans women than us women, cis women, is there's more threat for attack if there is a really transphobic guy. Let's say they go on a date and they reveal they're trans, and then the guy feels threatened by that, and he's transphobic, he might kill her. And this has happened.